Hello children. So today again I am here with you all and today we have to discuss a topic related to atmosphere. Okay? Atmosphere, its composition and structure. Before we start, let me again remind you that once you find suppose anything useful in this video, that you are able to understand well the topic, so please don't forget to subscribe, to share this with your friends. Okay? Now, as we start with this topic, the atmosphere. What is actually the meaning of atmosphere? What do you think? What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is basically, children, it is an envelope of air, you can say, which is surrounding the Earth's surface, right? The entire Earth has got an envelope of air which is surrounding it. That is called as atmosphere. Okay? In the case of Earth, the atmosphere of it and hydrosphere, lithosphere, all these are the three different spheres which are found on Earth. Okay? And along with this, one more sphere we find, that is called biosphere. Now, what are all these four? Basically, when we talk about atmosphere, it is totally related with the gases or the air which is surrounding the Earth. Hydrosphere, water in any form which is present on Earth, that is called as hydrosphere. That comes under hydrosphere, right? Third one is lithosphere. Lithosphere is that which is related with the rocky surface, or you can say the upper or you can say the outermost layer of the Earth. We also call it crust, right? So atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere, these are the three main spheres which are found on Earth. Now what is the fourth one? That is biosphere. Bio means it is related with the living beings. Okay? A part of atmosphere, a part of hydrosphere and a part of lithosphere, in which the living organisms can survive. Living beings are found. That all comes under the biosphere. Okay, so that is taken as biosphere. Now, children, the Earth is one of the planets very unique in itself. Out of all the planets which are there in the solar system, Earth is somewhat unique in itself. What are the main things which make it unique, different from the others? Number one, most important thing is that the life is possible on this planet only. Okay? Life is possible only on the Earth. Right? For that, different conditions are present on Earth which make it possible. Right? Water is present only on Earth. Right? Which is again an essential thing required for the survival of life. Right? So, water is present only on Earth. That also makes it a watery planet, right? Besides this, in atmosphere, several such gases are present which actually help in the existence of life on this planet. Like a few gases which we need for inhaling and exhaling, that means for respiration purpose. That is oxygen and carbon dioxide. These are the main gases. Then moreover, you can add nitrogen and the ozone gas. These are basically, along with water vapor also you can take, because all these gases become so important that without these gases we cannot think of surviving on Earth, right? So that's why these all things make life possible on Earth. Along with that, one more important thing you should not leave, that is the ideal temperature condition. Earth has got an optimum temperature condition, Neither the Earth is very close to sun nor it is far off from sun, too far from sun. So the result is what? It is neither too hot like Mercury and Venus, nor it is too cold like the other planets like Uranus, Neptune and all, right? So all these things make life possible on Earth. All these things make the Earth unique in itself. Something different from the other planets of the solar system, right? Now come to atmosphere. Now what is actually atmosphere? Atmosphere is basically, yes, you can say an envelope of air which is surrounding the earth, and it is composed of several gases. A number of gases are present in the atmosphere. Okay, out of all those gases you will find the most important gas is nitrogen. Clear? Out of all the gases which are present in atmosphere, the most important gas which is covering a major part of it, that is nitrogen. Okay, and it covers 78%. You can see in front of yourself, right? On the screen, nitrogen covers 78% of the total atmosphere. Then oxygen is number 2, which covers 21% of the total atmosphere, right? Now what about the other gases? So many other gases are there. Children, all these other gases are present in such a small quantity that they all together are covered within 1% of the atmosphere. Okay, you can see here 78% nitrogen plus 21% oxygen. That makes 99% of it, right? Leaving just 1%. Now this 1% is covered by all the other gases, including carbon dioxide, argon, or it can be water vapor. All these gases are forming a part of it. Just within that 1% of the atmosphere, all these other gases are there, including many inert gases, right? All these gases are within this 1%. Okay, so this is actually called as the composition of atmosphere. Clear? This is called as composition of atmosphere, right? Now children, let's talk about the structure of atmosphere. Okay, now what do you mean by structure? The formation. Okay, now when we talk about atmosphere is a thick layer of air, surrounding earth. And when we start from the lowest level of it, which is actually in touch with the earth's surface, you can see here, this is the layer of atmosphere which is called as troposphere. The first layer which we get very close to the earth's surface, the first layer of the atmosphere is the troposphere. Okay, so here at present we are inhaling oxygen and we are present here on the earth's surface. So the air which is surrounding us, this entire air is of which layer? It belongs to the troposphere of the atmosphere. Okay children, atmosphere in total, it has got 5 layers within it, right? Out of these 5 layers, the first one is the troposphere. Clear? After this, the second layer just above the troposphere is stratosphere, right? This is the second layer of the atmosphere. Third layer is mesosphere. Okay, this is the third layer from below and from the upside also. That means it is the intermediate layer. Then after this comes the thermosphere, or it is also many times called as ionosphere, right? Ionosphere. And then the outermost layer is called exosphere. Okay, outermost layer is called as exosphere. Now what is the importance of all these layers of atmosphere? We are going to discuss the different features of all these layers. Okay, now before we start with all this, first of all, let us discuss one more thing, right? What can be the importance of atmosphere? What can be the different functions which the atmosphere plays in this over Earth? Yes, how is it useful for us? Can you tell me? Yes, come on. First of all, atmosphere has got several very, very essential gases within it, right? Which are life supporting gases. That means you can say oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. These are the most important gases without which life will not be possible on Earth, right? So first thing we can say is the atmosphere provides several life supporting gases, okay, which are very essential for us. Number 1. Number 2 is that in the atmosphere we find several in the second layer of the atmosphere, in the stratosphere, a few particles are there, one gas is there which is called ozone gas, right? This ozone gas is present in the form of a thin layer, okay, in the stratosphere, right? Now this ozone layer is also called by the name ozonosphere, right? What is the use of this ozone layer, ozone gas? This is a gas which protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiation which comes from the sun side, okay, in the form of solar radiation. When the sun rays come towards the earth's surface, in the total solar radiation, a major part is covered by the ultraviolet radiations, and these ultraviolet radiations are very harmful for all the living beings. Not the entire part of it, some part of it is very harmful, right? So that part of it is totally filtered by the ozone layer which is present in the atmosphere, in the second layer of the atmosphere, that is stratosphere, okay. So this is how it doesn't allow the ultraviolet radiation to reach on the earth's surface, okay children. If it would reach on the earth's surface, then there would be several diseases, the living beings, there would be a question mark in front of the living beings in that case, because when the ultraviolet radiations will reach on the earth's surface, several diseases will develop, right? Especially the skin diseases, skin cancer and all that will develop a lot, right? Even several effects we will be able to find in the case of plants also, right? Retarded growth of plants and many such side effects will be seen. Clear? So the ozone layer which is present, that helps us to remain safe from the ultraviolet radiation, okay. This is the second function of it. Number 3 is that because of the presence of atmosphere, we can have the water cycle, we can have a proper functioning of carbon cycle, a proper functioning of oxygen cycle, nitrogen cycle. All these life-giving cycles are actually having atmosphere an important part of it, right? If for a moment, if you just for a moment you think that atmosphere is not there at all, what will happen? All these life-supporting cycles, right, life-giving cycles will get totally disbalanced, okay, which are very important again for the survival of life on earth, okay children. So that is why always it is taken as very important part of the earth, right? So this is the third use of it. Now the fourth use is that because of atmosphere, several weather changes go on, right? And we can feel the difference in temperature due to the blowing of winds, right? The rainfall occurs. All these weather changes occur due to the presence of atmosphere, okay? Another feature of it. Then one more thing is there, children. The atmosphere doesn't allow the meteors, from the outer space. Sometimes it happens that the meteors come in the range of the Earth's atmosphere, okay, outer limit of the atmosphere. And when they come within this limit, they get attracted towards the center of Earth, right, directly towards the center of Earth due to the gravitation force. When they get attracted towards the core, right, they actually move with a high speed. If they would reach in their own original form on the Earth's surface, they would cause a lot of destruction, right? Because when they cross the atmosphere, they actually get burnt, right? So if they are quite big in size, right, and they are, just imagine, burning hot pieces of rocks are actually falling from the sky towards the Earth's surface. So what will be the result of it? It is definitely going to cause a lot of destruction. But now, what is the condition? Because of the presence of atmosphere, these meteors are not able to cause that much destruction on the Earth's surface. till the time, suppose if they are quite big in size and after passing through the atmosphere they are totally burnt, or sometimes it happens that they break down into smaller particles, right? Ultimately a small part of it reaches on the earth's surface. Then also it's not that hot, so the level of destruction gets reduced to a great extent just because of the presence of atmosphere. Okay, so atmosphere again saves us from the meteors effect, right? Now one more thing is there, children. When the various radio transmission is done from any part of the on the earth, right, always there is a layer of atmosphere which helps all these radio transmissions to go on in a proper way. Okay, and which is that layer? It is called ionosphere, right? Ionosphere, that means a sphere which has got ions. What are ions? I think you all must have got some idea that what are ions. Ions are negatively or positively charged particles, right? So these ions can be seen within the layer called ionosphere. Okay, and this layer actually helps a lot in proper radio transmission. Okay, and this is how the radio transmission is made possible, in a very good manner it is being done, right? So again this is an important part of atmosphere, right? Now here children, one more thing I want to tell you, that is actually when we are talking of atmosphere, what is the use of it? Always the atmosphere helps in maintaining a temperature which is optimum, or you can say most appropriate, most suitable for the existence of life. Okay, how it is done? Let me tell you. When during daytime, during daytime the sun rays are coming to us. Okay, we are on the side of earth which is facing directly the sun rays. Okay, so direct sun rays come towards the earth's surface. Now these rays, if the atmosphere would not be there, these rays are very very hot, and when these rays would reach on the earth's surface, they would cause the temperature of earth to rise very high. Okay, but in actual, is this the condition? No, it is not the condition what we have at present. During the daytime it is hot, no doubt. It is hot, but it is not that hot what it would be in that case. Okay, why? Because the presence of atmosphere, that makes the total heat which is coming by solar radiation, only a small part of that heat is reaching on the earth's surface. Rest of it gets distributed here and there, right? Some part of it goes back to the space, some part of it is absorbed by the clouds, right? In this manner the some part of the heat is absorbed by the dust particles and all, right? So in this manner the total heat which is coming from the solar radiation gets distributed. Okay, and so the heat which is left up at the last, the heat which is actually received on the earth's surface, which is also called as insolation, incoming solar radiation, that insolation is very less, right? So this is how atmosphere protects us from extremely hot solar radiation during the daytime. Okay, now when during daytime the heat is absorbed, heat is taken up by the earth, right? Again at night time, when there are no sun rays coming to us, right, that means we are on the other side of the earth which is away from the sun rays. Okay, now what happens in that case? In that case you will find, when we are on the other side of the earth which is away from the sun rays, what will happen? The earth which has taken the heat, right, during the daytime by solar radiation, now that heat is released back by the earth. Okay, that heat is released back. Now this heat which is released by the earth is called as terrestrial radiation. Okay, terrestrial radiation, and this is the heat, children, which makes the atmosphere to get heated up more as compared to solar radiation. Terrestrial radiation is the main source of heating of the atmosphere. Understood? So this is again something which you should understand here, children. At night time, when this terrestrial radiation is released by the earth, this heat is totally not given out by the atmosphere, right? What happens with this heat? This heat is actually trapped inside the atmosphere only by a group of gases. Actually, a type of gases are there called greenhouse gases, right? These greenhouse gases are present in the atmosphere, and these gases don't allow the heat of the terrestrial radiation to get released out of the atmosphere. So this heat is trapped inside only, right? Thus making the temperature of earth and the atmosphere to remain high at the night time. Okay, if this would not happen, then at night time the earth would be extremely cold because the sun rays would not reach here, leading it to get converted into very cold surface, right? So in this way, children, atmosphere is something which is helping us to get less heat during daytime and a little more heat during the night time, right? This is how the atmosphere helps in keeping the temperature moderate, okay, or you can say the temperature to that level which is most suitable for the existence of living organisms, all the living organisms, living beings, right? So these are a few important things you should understand here, children. Clear? Now in the next video we are going to continue with the different features of the layers of atmosphere. Okay, children? So at the end, again I must remind you, if you like this video and if you feel that it is somehow useful for you, right? So don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe the channel, okay? And also to press the bell icon so that if any video is released, if any video is uploaded in the channel, you will get a notification about that. Okay, children? Till then, bye.